Well, good morning everyone. It's 10 past 10 on Tuesday the 13th of October. I'm recording this and you should get this on Saturday morning the 17th of October. As you can see, a great deal of green on the front page of VectorVest, and that's a really good signal for us. So just keep your eyes peeled on that. Markets look a little overbought to me, but all is good. So I just want to do a very short video, folks. My videos are too long, to help understanding of the essay that you should have in your inbox. And it's a technique that was taught to me by my very first mentor, a chap called Cedric, a very long time ago. And the basis of the technique, as I said in the essay, is never let a good crisis go to waste. If we see a strong sell-off in the marketplace, knowing which shares have outperformed on the way down, in fact, gives us a heads up as to how those shares will actually move when the market turns. And invariably, it's my experience that the shares that outperform on the way down also outperform when the market starts to move upwards. And that's what this is all about, how to try and find those. So if we first of all go to the market timing chart, that's the DEW layout, that's the DEW up that you heard me rattle on about now for 6 months, that moved up on the 7th of April. The low, the absolute low, occurred give or take a day, hard to tell in these tails, about the 19th of March. And I'm going to say that from these tops here, that sell-off took 5 weeks. You could argue it was 4, but I'm going to say that it was 5 weeks. As you know, I have a preference for the Fibonacci numbers. So if I go to the front page of VectorVest, we'll see this box, Unisearch. So just click on Unisearch, and then just go to Delta, searches stocks, and click on 1 week price delta. Now, the absolute low happened on the 19th of March. So the first thing I'm going to do is to go back the whole way to March. There we are, March the 19th. So that we're going to actually do the search, and I'm going to look over the last 5 weeks. So if I just click on this 1 week and move that to 5 weeks, we can now look at those shares where the share price has in fact changed the least, in this case probably over the last 5 weeks. I'm actually going to look at FTSE 350 stocks. So I go to stocks, filter by, watch list equals, and that should give us the FTSE 350, so the top 350 stocks by market cap. If you are bottom fishing, which is what we would be doing in this instance, folks, and you find that the market doesn't turn but it just keeps on falling, we need liquidity to be able to run for cover quickly. Now, as I said in the essay, and as I keep telling you in the Q&As, when it's time to buy, you won't want to. And if you just revisit your emotions on the last week of March this year, when the blood was running in the streets, very, very difficult to buy shares, but that was probably the best time in a very long time to buy shares. So to help us here, I'm going to put in relative safety, and I'm going to put in a relative safety greater than equal to 1.25, and that will find shares with a safe track record of making money. Those shares highly unlikely to go belly up in any form of recession. So if I run that simple search now on the 19th of March this year, I will find those shares that have outperformed. They may have fallen, but they've outperformed on the way down, and there they are. As you can see, all relatively high RS stocks. If I quick test the top 15 from that date, we can see that they're up 39%, and the market's up 32%. But remember, folks, we would not have bought them on that date, because the market was still falling. In hindsight, we can see that the low now was the 19th of March, but on the 19th of March, the darn thing could have fallen through the floor. So we had to wait until the DEW gave us a signal. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go forward with the same shares until the 7th of April, and I hope that's the right button. Yeah. And then that's from the 7th of April to last night. If I run that test again, I can see that these shares are up 25%, and the market is up 19%. So we've outperformed the market a little bit without any other form of timing whatsoever. So I ran exactly the same search in the US markets. The US market sold off. They made a bottom on the 24th, I think, of September. They'd sold off for 3 weeks. And I ran the same search, and out of that particular search I found 2 stocks: Gravity, the one that I talked about on the Q&A, and another one called Rock, which I'm still holding. The Gravity one, I got stopped out of an entry after making a little bit of money on half of the position. So never let a good crisis go to waste, folks. That's a good technique. If you do see a sell-off, then you can also find those shares that outperform in a sell-off. I think also what would be very useful, if you've got some time this weekend, if you look at this period in the on the London market where it's gone sideways, as you can see, over this period since August, since July in fact, the shares that have outperformed in this period should do exceptionally well if we break upwards here. So a technique that you can use in many different ways, but here the shares that outperform during this sideways market should in fact do exceptionally well when the market breaks out of this range. So I hope you found the technique useful. It's certainly something that I've employed for a very, very long time indeed. Thanks very much. Bye bye.